What is up, my friends? I am back from a trip over to Anfield where unfortunately I witnessed Liverpool losing 2-1 to Manchester United. So I'm here to give you my take on the game. I want to say a huge thank you to Connor, of course, for filling in so admirably for me yesterday. It really does make a huge difference knowing that if I do take a trip away like that, Connor can step in so dutifully and get the job done as well as he did. Also want to say a huge thank you to all the staff at Anfield. We were lucky enough to be in the Sevens Lounge yesterday, and I really have to say I couldn't fault one single thing about it. In fact, I'd go completely further with it. Every staff member that we encountered went above and beyond and made everybody in there feel so very, very welcome. And I want to just say a huge thank you to all the team there for looking after not just my little group of people, but everybody that was inside that lounge. Can't speak highly enough of them and certainly would recommend it to anybody if you're looking to go. So now, the good stuff's out of the way. Now I want to talk about the manager. Now look, you know the drill. If you like the video, hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And I will be back here tonight at 8:45 for the late night agenda, where we'll go through it all in more detail. But I got to get a couple of things off my chest. Firstly, I'm not Arna out by any stretch of the imagination. I see that some people are turning. I see that some people aren't. I'm not Arna out. But I am annoyed. I am very, very annoyed. How are you going to spend the time over in Dubai when your teams come off 3 losses before the international break? And then you go out and put a team out that quite frankly was ridiculous. Ridiculous. How are you going to play Alexis McAllister when 1, he's all over the place form-wise, and 2, he was the last one back? It's like he doesn't learn any lessons and he just has this 11 that he wants to put out there and he doesn't think it through. So let's get stuck into exactly what happened there yesterday. So normally we would have the usual suspects to complain about. Kanade has won. But no, Ibrahim Kanade had a decent game yesterday. Absolutely no fault for me and him. But if we're being really blunt about this, Milos Kerkez on the other side looked lost. He looked like he didn't know what to do. He looked like he was caught in two minds, and he looked like he was too impulsive, and he did not get into the game. He just wandered around. He looked like a lost soul out there. Mohamed Salah at the other end of the pitch. I'm going to say it now because you're all thinking it. Drop him. It is time to drop him. No more he starts because he has the reputation that he does. He isn't earning it anymore, and it is impacting the team in a negative way. We all love Mo. You love him, I love him, Arna loves him, everybody loves him. But 7 games without a goal from open play or from a non-penalty is unacceptable for our talisman. Because remember that, he is supposed to be the leader that's setting the standards in that attack. And he quite simply just isn't doing it. We have 2 away games this week. 1 coming up against Frankfurt in the Champions League and 1 against Brentford. And Mohamed Salah best not start both of those 2 games. He has to be put on the bench for at least 1. Otherwise, what lesson are we telling the rest of the team? That you can carry on having stinkers and it doesn't matter because Arna's just going to keep picking you? And I will be coming on to the manager in a moment because I have a lot to get off my chest about Arna as well. So that was 2 players yesterday who I didn't really think played very well. Now, I thought our captain wasn't covering himself in any glory either, and for what it's worth, I thought Georgie Mamadarsvili probably could have done a little bit better with the first goal. But how do you come, as a team, going into this game, knowing you've shit the bed with 3 losses in a row and come out and let United score in 62 seconds? That is absolutely ludicrous. I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. Everybody was stunned inside the stadium. They started the game like they had something to prove, and we did the usual. Sideways passing, absolutely no incision, absolutely no way of playing through. It was ridiculous. Now, I know we created chances, and I will talk about Cody Gakpo and those missed chances in a minute, but this team hasn't got a clue what the manager wants them to do. It's easy to blame the players, and we all do from week to week, but right now, in my opinion, and I don't think I'm on my own, the buck stops with the manager, because he is the problem right now. Like I said, I'm nowhere near Arna out, but I am saying he is delusional. If he keeps doing the same things without making any changes, he's going to walk himself into serious problems. When you have a team that is underperforming and you have problems, you don't fuck off to Dubai for 2 weeks. You sit in your office in the Accent, you sit there with the coaches, and you figure out what on earth is going wrong, and most importantly, what you're going to do to put it right. It is unacceptable to be the manager of Liverpool Football Club and lose 4 games on the bounce, and to lose at home against a team that hadn't beaten us at Anfield in 9 years and put in such an average performance. Yet again, it was just chaos, chasing the game, hoping for things to happen. And then we'll move on to the forward line. Cody Gakpo hit the post, I believe, 2 or 3 times. We missed chance after chance after chance. And what's the manager going to do? Probably pick the same lads again, over and over and over. If there is no holding to account of underperformances from the likes of Mo, then what's the point? Chiesa came on once again and made a huge difference within minutes of coming on. This has to change, or Arne is going to be out of a job before the end of the season. I wouldn't be surprised right now if Liverpool slow down the contract talks with Arne about an extension, because right now it is a crisis. Make no mistake about it, this is a crisis. And when I keep hearing low block, low block, low block out of Arne's mouth, he needs to shut up talking about a low block. You don't get to moan about a low block when you bring in Florian Wirtz, Ugo Ekitike, Alexander Isak, 2 new fullbacks. That's supposed to unblock the low block, but you haven't figured it out yet. On top of that, they started the game like they wanted to win it. 62 seconds is all it took for them to pull us apart at home. 62 goddamn seconds. And then what happens in the second half? We let Slabhead go up unmarked and score a free header. Now, for what it's worth, in the first half, I was sitting right behind where a lot of Manchester United's free kicks were going. And Conor Bradley was our last defender covering on the far side. And he was in front of Maguire. And nobody was marking Harry Maguire. Their biggest task, their biggest outlet. He was at the back post and nobody was near him. It is unacceptable. That defence is a shambles. Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahim Konate should be ashamed of themselves for the way we're conceding so much. Where's the aerial dominance? Where is the quality centre-backs that we know we have? This defence is an absolute mockery at the minute, and it needs to be sorted out quickly. So once again, I'm going to say the things that a lot of people are probably thinking but don't really want to say out loud. Yes, I am Arne in. I very much am Arne in. But I'm telling you now, he is delusional if he keeps going down the road he is. He keeps banging on about low blocks and we should have done this, we should have done that, we could have done this. Nobody cares, Arne. It's a results business. Don't go down the Ruben Amorim road and start bringing out charts and statistics about what could have happened and how unlucky we are. Nobody cares. Results are what matters. It's a results-driven business. And quite frankly, the results lately have been shambolic. You know I'm right, folks. This isn't good enough. Now, Arne has 2 chances this week to start putting it right. I believe Liverpool haven't lost 5 games in a row since 1958. Think about that. This is a manager last year who rightly received all the plaudits and who gets the players he wants in, and it looks like he's got no plan what to do with them. I watched yesterday as nobody had a clue how to get the ball into Alexander Isak. Konate played 1 good pass through to him. That was a one-on-one that he missed. Other than that, he looked like an isolated figure up there. Ugo Ekitike, when he came on, you could feel and sense the difference in that front line immediately. He was covering every blade of grass. He was pulling out the tricks and he was trying to make stuff happen. Curtis Jones, for all the flack he gets, he made a difference when he came on that pitch yesterday, because unlike McAllister, he didn't go hiding. And yes, I am saying it, Alexis McAllister was hiding out on that pitch yesterday. I had a very, very good close-up view of that game. I was in the 3rd row and I sat there watching our players, watching their movements. It wasn't good enough. The intensity is disappearing. I don't know what's going on with this nonsense about knocking the ball across the back line. Arne needs to sort this out or he won't see out the rest of the season. Make no mistake about it. These owners have invested massively after all the flack that I've given them and many others. And the manager looks like he brought in players off names without an idea of what to do with them. Because how do you bring in Florian Wirtz and tell him the 10 role is his and then put him on the bench? How do you bring in Isak when the best person to probably play through to him behind is Wirtz? No clue, no idea, and the players don't look like they know what they're trying to do, what the manager wants them to do, but most importantly, the intensity or the lack of it was pathetic. It takes us going behind and chasing a game once again to look like we gave a damn. So no more crap from our captain Virgil talking about not worrying about the outside or any of that nonsense. It is time to start playing like you give a damn. It is time to start figuring it out, because you are defending champions who have turned a 5-point lead into a 4-point deficit in a matter of weeks over Arsenal. That is not good enough. To lose that game yesterday in the manner we did to Manchester United is not good enough. Heads need to roll, people need to be benched, and this needs to be figured out. So as I said, folks, we'll figure this out tonight more at 8:45 with the late night agenda. Thank you so much to everybody who came to the show last night in Liverpool. Honestly, I've never felt so much love in a room in my life, and I owe all of you a debt of gratitude. It was a wonderful night. Charlie, I haven't forgotten about your shout out that I'll be doing tonight on the show, young man, if you're watching. But for everybody else that did come, and for, of course, the Hot Water Comedy Club and Mark Kenny, who kindly did the music for us on the night as well, It was a brilliant night, one that I'll never forget, and thank you all for coming out. I know this has been an angry video, but I got to get it off my chest because you want me to be honest. I'm always going to be honest. And that yesterday, it wasn't good enough. We'll talk tonight, my friends. Much love.